Satan doesn't care about you sinning. He wants what comes after. And if you guys have watched some of my last videos, I talk about like energy and like how you carry yourself and like the levels of your energy, and people can pick up and feed off that type of energy. And what I meant by Satan doesn't care about the sin, because we all know we can be forgiven. Sins can be washed away. Our sin is not surprising to God. But what comes after, what usually happens after you sin? Shame, guilt, regret, depression. And shame and guilt are probably two of the lowest forms of energy that you can have. And what does it usually happen when you feel that shame and guilt? You feel, I'm not worthy. I can't talk to God. I can't do this. I can't. So what do? Eventually you start to push God away and you regress back to those habits. Usually out of shame and guilt, because you think this might be what I deserve. It's like a self-punishment. It's like a cycle. That's where Satan wants you to be. And another way that like shame and guilt lowers your vibrational energy, I was learning about like dating, and I was listening to podcasts and books, and they were talking about denying of self. And my last videos I talked about is authenticity, which means being true to your fullest self. And as examples of how it ties to dating, let's say you, and just in general, you're a guy and you see a woman that you like and you think she's absolutely gorgeous. Maybe she has a boyfriend, maybe she's married, maybe she's just a random person, and you're just like, maybe I look too long, or maybe this and that. And you start to beat yourself up because I shouldn't think she's attractive. And this can be especially true in the Christian community. But what that does is you're suppressing parts of yourself and punishing yourself for those. So you're like, oh, don't look, she's cute, but don't look, she's not my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, sure, you should never like look too long or give in to like, the desires in your brain where you start to like shift away from God. But like general attraction, general desires, general masculine urges to appreciate the feminine is perfectly normal. And to deny that is to deny yourself. And I think that's where a lot of men, including myself, could be at today in this world. Like, look at the studies, nobody's approaching girls anymore. Nobody's going outside. Dating apps are barren. Multiple studies of black pill, men that are coming up on the rise. Depression for men is at an all-time high. And I think a lot of it has to do with denying of yourself, including when it comes to relationships, especially with women. We, in our society, and this could be controversial take, but a lot of guys are taught, like, you're dogs, don't do this, don't do that, how dare you do this? And it's like you're just so scared to just embrace yourself, including just the acknowledgement of a beautiful woman. Like, as guys, our masculine urges, we feed off each other, the polarity, the opposites that attract, like women are the bringers of life, the bringers of creativity. They breathe life into creativity, and that's a good thing. You're supposed to take it like a wave of fresh air, embrace it, and don't overindulge, don't act on, she's cute, she has a boyfriend. You don't have to like be disrespectful, but there's like levels to it. You could appreciate feminine beauty and feminine energy without giving in to debauchery, but if you deny that part of yourself, what it causes you to do to put you in the lowest place and vibrate and operate at your lowest self, which in turn probably causes you to watch things you shouldn't watch or do things you shouldn't do. And that's how the cycle starts. You think you get this, but you don't deserve it because you've done this. You do it some more, and I can't talk to God, and I can't do this, and I shouldn't look at this person. So we look at something that's not looking back. Let me talk to someone that's not, like you're going to start to compromise yourself. But when you do those compromising things, it feeds more into the guilt, into the shame, which in turn causes you to be a low energy person. And that's where Satan gets you. That's how he keeps you stagnant. That's how he keeps you from operating at your fullest potential. And it's a crazy cycle. And I get caught up in it. Like even today, I was being lazy. I, had a productive night last night, but I wake up today, I slept in way too late. And then I was like, okay, let me just be stupid and sin. Messed up. That one sin, I was going to work and I was like, man, I've been so lazy today. I've been so doing this and that. But it was like, it's just the one thing where I almost let it ruin my whole day. Like my whole mood, everything gone. And I was like, but if I'm doing this, I'm allowing myself to, again, operate at the lowest frequency. I'm not only doing that, but I'm denying the forgiveness and grace that God has given us. Part of accepting God's grace is forgiving yourself too, which is something I struggled with for so long. Is self-forgiveness. When you punish yourself over and over and over, you can never move on. And guess what? When you usually forgive yourself for your mistakes and the things you do, it usually starts to clear out some other stuff too. I've had issues where I messed up big, in my past, and for years I beat myself up over it until I forgave myself. And in return, the benefits that came after that, the things I watched, things that did, like it all just went away. Just from that one act of forgiveness. That's what I mean, like by authenticity, being true to yourself, but also being true to the point you could understand that you make mistakes. Forgive yourself, love yourself, move on. Don't deny who you are. Embrace it. That doesn't mean that you're indulging or, what you do and how you act on it is two different things. But accept it, because denying it is denying yourself. A little bit earlier than when I post, but I hope you're having a good night.